Prime-time local news, serving the Lakeland and Midwest regions.
Hello and welcome to Primetime Local News. My name is Thomas Wildman and thank you for joining us. The season is over for the Lakeland College Rustlers women's basketball team. Lakeland College has issued a news release stating a decision was made to forfeit the remaining games of the season. The team's head coach Chris King was fired late last year, and many of the players have refused to play since then. Lakeland's senior leadership has met with student athletes to listen to their concerns and offered them counseling and support over the last couple of weeks. The search for a new coach has started, with hopes of having one in place before the end of February to start recruiting for the upcoming season. The college will apply to the ACAC for reinstatement of the women's basketball program for the 2025-2026 season. A steak night will take place at the beginning of next month to raise money for this year's Telemiracle. Lloydminster Kinsmen and Kinettes will be holding the steak night on February 1st at the Lloyd X. The night will feature live music as well as some auctions to raise money for Telemiracle.
Steak dinner cooked by our own members, so no matter what Mother Nature throws at us in terms of weather that night, we'll be outside barbecuing away and cooking, close to 500 steaks for the crowd. We have entertainment. We have Jordan Pollard and the Dirt Rich Band coming in and going to be playing some music. So we have the dance and then obviously a silent and live auction throughout the night.
Telemiracle raises money to provide medical devices and transportation to people in Saskatchewan who need it. The steak night gives Lloyd residents a chance to help people who require medical assistance from all over the province.
Who needs a little bit of extra support while they're going through what for most is a pretty significant time in their life, and this is an opportunity for us to raise money to give to this organization or through the Kinsmen Foundation to help whatever we can with the people of Saskatchewan.
Anyone interested in buying tickets for the steak night can reach out to a Kinsmen or Kinette club member or go online through their Facebook page. As we continue to go through the winter season, there are some ways to keep your traveling free-flowing and easy. Our Jackson Fontaine made his way to Fountain Tire to figure what some of those ways are.
I'm with Jeff here at Fountain Tire in Lloydminster. Jeff, thanks for joining me today.
Thanks for having me.
So as we kind of roll through the winter season, temperatures have been kind of varying. It's some days minus 20, other days like this week, it's really nice out. But what are some ways to keep your vehicle running smoothly during this winter season?
At the start of the season, September, October, it's always good to get into a local shop in town, whether it's our Mechanic Bays or any other store shop in town, and just do a complete seasonal check over, check all your fluid levels, tire pressures, tread depth gauge your tires, and just kind of do a complete check over.
And why would you say it is important to do these little check overs?
Unfortunately, in this day and age, not many folks open their hoods on a regular basis to check their fluid levels, and it's always good to get it done by a professional.
Awesome. And we know, obviously, during the winter season, there's always going to be accidents or some mishaps on the road. What would you say are some things or items people should keep in their cars in case they're stuck on the highway for a couple hours or something goes wrong?
Always keep a blanket for the most part in your vehicle. Canadian Tire's got a few of the auto supply shops. They do have some nice winter safety kits that you can get that have blankets and hazard little cones and whatnot. So those are always a good inexpensive option. But whenever I do a road trip, I usually pile the kids' winter gear in there as a backup. Is a good thing to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. And what would you say is the most important thing to keep in your vehicle? Like, there's so many things you could keep, but if you had to pick one thing, what would it be?
Booster cables.
Booster cables?
Not many passerbyers have booster cables, and a lot of time in the winter season, your alternator goes or your battery's low. And number one fault I see on the side of the highways is somebody's got a dead battery. So booster cables is definitely one that I always keep in every vehicle I drive.
Awesome. As we roll through the winter season, hopefully everyone is staying safe out there. and hopefully everything's going good. So thanks for taking the time to do this today, Jeff.
Perfect, thank you.
The Aztec Safety Curling Challenge continues, and a special round dance is planned for this weekend. Heather Klagas has more in this week's edition of What's Happening.
Lloydminster has been hosting world-class curlers this week right here at the Aztec Safety Curling Challenge. It's one of many great events that's taking place in our community this weekend and throughout the month of January as well. Coming up tomorrow, Healing the Spirit Feast and Round Dance presented by the Gold Horse Casino is taking place. The feast gets underway at 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. That will be followed by the Round Dance, which starts at 7 p.m. The event is free to attend. All ages are welcome to stop by to learn, to observe, and to participate as well. The MCs for this event are going to be Grant Whitstone and Howie Thompson. That's coming up tomorrow, presented by the Gold Horse Casino at the Lloyd X Grounds. Telemiracle Steak Night is less than a month away. It's coming up on February the 1st. The Lloydminster Kinsmen and Kinettes getting set to host their annual Telemiracle Steak Night. Get your ticket now, don't miss out, because when you get your ticket, you enjoy a delicious steak supper, great live entertainment. This year, Jordan Pollard will be performing. The Dirt Rich Band will be performing as well. Plus, you have the opportunity to bid on unique items in the silent auction and in the live auction as well. Plus, when you attend this great event, you are helping to raise funds that will go to support a Telemiracle. So get your ticket now, don't wait. This is always a very popular event. Get in touch with Matt today for all the details. 587-217-5067. This weekend, there's going to be some celebrating. One team will be celebrating winning the Aztec Safety Challenge here in Lloydminster. And in Vermilion, the Vermilion Ukrainian Cultural Association, they're celebrating Malonka. Their celebration is coming up tomorrow night, an evening of Ukrainian culture, food, and dance for the whole family. There's still a few tickets left, so get in touch with Aaron, 780-853-0174. Well, whatever you choose to do this weekend, we hope you stay safe and stay healthy.
What's Happening is brought to you by Northern Factory Workwear, Circle Drive East, Saskatoon, and Highway 17 South, Lloydminster.
And we'll have more primetime local news after the break. Mount Joy Snow Resort, located just 20 minutes outside the border city, is open for the season. Callan Dunlop sat down with one of the board members for more information.
Today I'm joined by Stuart McPhee, board member with the Mount Joy Snow Resort, and we are talking about the seasonal opening of the snow resort. To start, can you talk to me a little bit about what Mount Joy is for those unaware?
So Mount Joy has typically been a downhill ski and snowboard resort. Historically, we've been open kind of January to the end of March area, weather depending, of course. So recently, we have opened up a network of trails that can be utilized year-round. So in the wintertime, if you have a fat tire bike or snowshoes, things like that, absolutely, those are perfect for that. Or in the summertime, downhill mountain biking, cross-country running, very well used trail system.
Now, Mount Joy is a completely volunteer-run snow resort. Can you talk to me about the team behind the scenes that are able to make this all happen?
Yes, every board member there is just there volunteering their time. Everybody that comes out to help in a volunteer aspect is just strictly on a volunteer basis. So nobody is paid there. We are 100% volunteer ran, volunteer organized, not for profit. So it's just people doing nice things to help the community out is really what it is. The board member itself is 10 members. So it's, we're the ones kind of making the day-to-day operational decisions, trying to keep the place running. As far as volunteers from the community that come out to help while we are open, it varies every weekend. So as any weekend that we are open during the winter, we need a minimum of probably at least 10 different positions filled. So, you know, the board members can only do so much on the open weekends, right? So we rely heavily on volunteers from the community coming down, donating their time, helping us to stay open and operational throughout the winter.
This year is the 58th year of the snow resort. Can you talk to me about your goals for 2025?
So for this season, we are just hoping to have a better season than we did last year. You know, obviously Mother Nature didn't really cooperate last year at all. We had very minimal open days. So this year the hill is looking really good. The north side of the T-bar, the conditions are fantastic. So we had our volunteers down there making some artificial snow. So that's been moved around in addition to the natural snow that we've accumulated. So yeah, the runs are in fantastic shape for the year we've had so far.
If someone is interested in coming down, what are some things that you think they should know?
Okay, so the hill is located about 20 minutes southwest of Lloyd. So from the junction of Secondary Highway 619 and Range Road 20, you just go south for 4 miles, and the hill is right there on the right-hand side of the road. And then as far as volunteering, we have the website, so it's mountjoyresort.com, and that's MOUNT, not the abbreviation. Or you can just email us directly at mtjoysnowresort@gmail.com. And then, of course, we have Facebook and Instagram as well.
Were there any last points that you'd like to add?
So no, I'll just touch on the hours of operation. So typically during the winter season here, we're open Saturdays and Sundays from 10 to 4. So is weather permitting, of course. If there are people interested in volunteering, we ask that they be down there about 9:30 in the mornings, you know, just to give them that half hour kind of heads up, figure out what their role is for the day, get a quick rundown of how the systems operate and all that kind of stuff.
Well, that covers all of my questions for today. I want to thank you again for taking the time to talk about this.
The first book in a series that takes us through the travels of a woman back in the 90s is out. Stacey Comer spoke with the author to find out more about her adventures and the reason for writing it.
I'm happy to be joined today on Primetime Local News by author Candace McPhee. Candace, we're going to be talking about a couple of your books and also the fact that you've recently won an award. So first of all, thank you so much for joining me.
Thanks for inviting me. Good to be here.
Well, we're going to be talking about the book Finding Color, but first of all, I want to say congratulations because you've won a silver award at the Global Book Awards. So just tell me a little bit about that award.
Yeah, it's for the satire and comedy section of the book. So I actually really like that because it's actually a memoir. So to win in that category really warms my heart because it's not just pigeonholed into one place.
Well, and let's talk about the book Finding Color, Candace. So it's part of a book, a series in essence, I guess. So let's start talking about, just without giving too much away, tell us what the book is about.
The book is, it's a travel memoir, so it takes place back in the 90s. So it's a bit of historical fiction, if you will, historical nonfiction, if you will. And yeah, it takes place, it's a journey of the series is how I travel around the world and kind of what happens, the people that you meet, the funny things that happen along the way, the experience. It goes quick. It's a quick sort of snippet into if you were doing the traveling yourself in that time period. So it stays true to all the parameters of what it was like then.
Well, and this is part of a series as we were talking about. So is the series just a continuation of your travel stories or is each one different?
Each one's different, but it's all part of the same journey. So they've been separated into sort of more geographical than anything. And so this first one, for example, takes place in UK and then goes to Russia. So, and then from the second one travels through Eastern Europe. And then the third one is predominantly in the Middle East, and the fourth one, Africa, and then the last one's Africa, Australia.
So after this comes out, are you going to take a bit of a break or do you already have plans for the next project?
There's definitely a next project, but it won't be based on on anything. I've decided this is it. I'm really excited to kind of cut my teeth on these books and get them out there. It's an interesting journey for anyone to take. I just wanted to share it so people could experience it themselves. So it's a pretty fun, light read, and just going through the journey. So, but yes, there will be more after, but just I'm not sure what they'll be.
Well, tell me about the process writing the book because, most of us, if we didn't keep journals and diaries, it's really difficult to go back and think about all the experiences you've had when you've been traveling and just life in general. So, did you have diaries and such to rely on, or was it just really good memory?
Oh gosh, no, my memory. No. No. Yes, it was journals. I filled journals with pages and pages. There's a lot of time on your hands when you're on the road at that point, traveling with 8-hour train rides and bus rides and waiting for buses and waiting for places. There's lots of time to jot down your thoughts and the things that you've done. So it's a culmination of all of the journals that I had, plus pictures, plus the help of today's internet, just to remind myself of, the vibrancy or the color or the feel of places, and to be able to adequately put those into words in the book. So the reader is just dumped into wherever you are, hot or cold or sweaty or whatever it is.
Well, and I love too that you said that the first one is set in the 90s because there's going to be a lot of nostalgia for a lot of people in there too, right? It's hard to believe that the 90s was as long ago as it was, but even the fashion and the music and just the settings, sounds like it's going to be a real trip back in time for a lot of us who get to read it. So I'm really excited to dig in. And Candace, if people are looking to purchase this book and your other works, what is the best way to do that?
The best way is you can either check my website, which is CandiceMcPhee.com, or you can check on Amazon. They're on Amazon as well. Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining me today, Candace. I really appreciate it. And again, looking forward to reading this book and the entire series once it's all finished. So once again, Candace McPhee, and the book is called Finding Color. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thanks for having me.
That's all for news. Sports is next, but first, here's a look at your closing market.
Today's oil prices are brought to you by First General Services.
The Aztec Safety Challenge has once again been very entertaining, with the world's best rocking the Lloydminster Curling Club. The playoffs are almost set to begin, but there are still a few qualifying spots left up for grabs. The Aztec Safety Challenge has a 3-event system. The A and B events have concluded, and their qualifiers have already booked their spot in the playoffs. Qualifying in the A event, the #1 team in the world, Bruce Moat from Scotland, as well as 3rd-ranked Brad Gushue from Newfoundland and 7th-ranked Matt Dunstone from Manitoba. In the B event, 2nd-ranked Yannick Schwaller from Switzerland, 8th-ranked Ross White from Scotland, and Saskatchewan's Mike McEwen. That leaves only 2 qualifying spots left in the C event. Those looking to still qualify are the event hosts Team Brad Jacobs, as well as last year's champions, Team Kevin Cooey. The quarterfinals will be tonight at 7:30, and the semifinals and finals will be on Saturday. If you want to watch the live stream, it's on YouTube at Curling Zone. And now we'll take a look at your adorable pets with our pet picks of the day.
We want to see your pets. Send photos of your pet and their name to have them featured on Pet of the Day.
All right, we're going to take a quick look at your 3-day forecast tomorrow. We're expecting a little bit of snow, about 65%. That should be coming in the morning, and it will be windy. A high of -2, a low of -23, and then it's going to cool off on Sunday and Monday down to highs of -11, -6. For all of us here at Primetime Local News, I'm Thomas Wildman, and have a great rest of your day.